So we spoke about the area. Well, we spoke about, and also if you want to create, if you have religious tendencies, and you want to create a small, like, altar in your room, you can do that. Again, it's external. It has nothing to do with the essence of things. The essence is what our heart feels and what we do. But if it's pleasant to you to have incense or a candle or an image, it is helpful. It's not the essence, but it is helpful. Now, starting the meditation, there are two techniques which will help us go into meditation. The first technique is breathing slowly and deeply, and we will teach you what is called alternate breathing. So we alternate nostrils, and we're to balance the energy before we go into the meditation. And the second is prayer or invocation. Now, if you are of a religious nature, then you can pray in any way that you like. If you're not of a religious nature, you can simply use that moment to mentally state whatever is important for you. That I am sitting here to meditate now because I want to be a better person, or because I want to be more peaceful or more creative. You can either do prayer or positive projection. It's your choice. The prayer or invocations could be concerning yourself, could be concerning humanity, that I pray that all beings be well, be happy, realize their true selves, whatever you wish for yourselves, whatever you wish for humanity, whatever you wish for your family. So it can either be a kind of positive projection or a prayer or an invocation. These two things, breathing and praying, or breathing and positive thoughts, are a very good way to bring the mind to that peaceful state where then we can begin to focus on the object of concentration. And then that brings us to the actual process of meditation, which is to bring the mind back over and over again to the point which we have chosen to focus on. Now this point throughout the weeks will change. I'm going to give you a small introduction today. I'm going to ask you to practice that this week, and then next week I'm going to add something to that. And so by the 5th or 6th class, we will have created a system of going into meditation, and from there on it's your own process. Here, when we're here, I will guide you, but then at one point I will say, continue your meditation in the way that suits you most. And so you will continue, I will give the introduction. Okay? Now, there are ways to go into the meditation which are helpful. One is to do a body scan. That is, once I have done my breathing, and once I have made my invocation or my prayer, then I do a body scan. I go through the body and see if there are any parts which are tense, which are not relaxed, any parts which are holding, and just relax everything and become as relaxed in a straight position as I can. Just as we can do a body scan, we can do an energy scan. And let the awareness move through the body, sensing what the energy is doing in each part of the body. After we do this scan, then a good way to get started, and the way we will start today, is to focus on light. Regardless of what we choose eventually as the object of our concentration, using the light in the beginning is a way of establishing a state of peace and harmony. And then in that light, one can go to any form of concentration. How do we establish the light? We imagine it or feel it or sense it here in the forehead. You don't have to see it. If you see it, fine. But you can imagine it. You can feel it. You can sense it as a vibration, as a feeling of light. We allow that to spread and to flow throughout the skull and to permeate the brain, to go into all of the brain cells. this light. We're either seeing it, or we're feeling it, or we're sensing it. Then we allow it to flow down through the neck, into the shoulders, into the arms. We allow it, we imagine it, we feel it flowing into the heart center, into the chest, filling this area with the sense of light, or the vision of light, or the feeling of light. Then we allow it to flow down into the abdominal area, creating peace there. Then we allow it to flow down into the legs, so that the whole body is immersed in this sense of light, this feeling of light, this vibration of light. Okay? And then we just check. We do a scan again and see maybe there are some parts of the body which are closed to this feeling, which are tense. So we say, well, I'm feeling light everywhere but in my solar plexus. So we let that open and receive the light. Okay? Or in my shoulders. So we do this second check of what's happening with the energy, the light body. Once we have done that second check, we allow the light to expand and to become an aura, or to increase our aura, become an energy field around our bodies. So now we have light in our bodies, we have light or energy around us. This is a very good technique to do daily, independent of what kind of meditation follows, because it actually creates a very strong aura, which makes us very resistant to negativity. It's difficult then for people's negativity, or even for pollution or negative energies around us, to pass into our being. We're creating this protective shield, of an energy shield around us. So we stay in this light. So now we have light in us, we have light around us, and at this point now, for this week, we're just going to stay in that light. Your assignment for this week is to go that far. And just every time you lose that sense that there's light in me and light around me, to go back to that feeling. And then we'll lose it again, because we'll start thinking about what we're going to do and what happened. And he says, okay, with love and with peace, without rejecting ourselves, without getting upset because we weren't able to keep it, we go back. It's very important in meditation not to get upset with yourself. It's not easy. It's not easy to make the mind still. Sai Baba, a very powerful teacher in India, says that the mind is like a drunken monkey. You can imagine how active a monkey is. So you can imagine how active a drunken monkey is, who's been stung by a bee. Okay, this is what the mind is like. Okay? So how are we going to make this drunken monkey stung by a bee sit for a long period of time? It's just not going to sit. It's going to go away. It's going to go do something else. So we have to have patience. Patience but persistence. So we don't say, oh, I can't do it today, and I get up. No, I'm going to sit for 20 minutes. The mind can do whatever it wants. I'm going to sit here. The mind can go to New York, then it can go to Tokyo, then it can go to Africa, but I'm going to sit here and watch it. And watch it go to all these places. And then gradually, like a child that you give freedom to, it will come and sit. So we need to have this combination of patience and persistence and love. Not to get upset with ourselves, not to let go of the process. It doesn't matter.